My brother and I accidentally bonded with two systems. One's a heating system that needs no fuel. The other's a temperature control system that only protects yourself. My brother laughed and grabbed the temperature control system. I had to take the heating system. 3 days later, something crazy happened. The world froze over, minus 60 degrees Celsius. Survival became a luxury. Heat became the rarest resource. With my heating system, I became everyone's savior, while my brother stayed in the shadows. But out of pure jealousy, right before the freeze hit, he lured me to the observation deck and pushed me off. His voice echoed through the cold wind. "Why do you get to be the savior? The heating system should have been mine." But when I was reborn before the apocalypse, I found out my brother beat me to it. He'd already bonded with the heating system. That's when I knew he was reborn too. I just smiled. I activated the temperature control system to protect myself, and quietly built a safe fortress. This time, the one burning through his lifespan would be him. Right now, I just got reborn on the day we chose our systems. I watched my brother quickly reach out and tap the system panel. I want the heating system. This time, I'll be the savior. The binding light flashed. On Liming's wrist, a warm golden mark appeared. At the same time, a faint notification popped up on the system panel. He didn't even look at it. He turned and rushed to the storage box in the corner. That's where I'd stashed my emergency supplies. A box of high-energy compressed biscuits, and the premium thermal blankets I barely managed to buy. If I save him with my heating system, he'll fall for me. He grabbed the supplies, walking like he owned the place, completely ignoring the way his fingertips were starting to wrinkle and dry out. That was the sign, the heating system draining his life force. "Bro, what are you spacing out for?" Liming was already at the door. Seeing I hadn't moved, he glanced back at me, his tone mocking. "Now the heating system's mine. Bet you're jealous, huh? I mean, I can heat places without fuel, but your temperature control system only keeps you warm. Pretty useless, right?" He was testing me, checking if I'd been reborn too. I just smiled casually. "What's the difference? It's just a system. If you want it, take it. I'm fine with either." Then I tapped the remaining temperature control system. A cold blue light wrapped around my wrist instantly. A gentle warmth spread through me. It only covered about 10 square meters around me, but it was steady. I ignored him, walked into my bedroom and locked the door. I activated the temperature control system. The room instantly stayed at 20 degrees Celsius, warm and comfortable. I opened a shopping app and started ordering like crazy. This time, I wasn't gonna be anyone's savior. I was gonna survive. For myself. The freeze came even harder than expected. I woke up to the howling wind outside. Everything outside was pure white. The thermometer showed the outdoor temperature had dropped below, minus 60 degrees Celsius. Panicked screams echoed from the hallway. Power and communications were completely down. I headed to the storage room to reinforce the doors and windows. But when I opened the door, I froze. Half a box of compressed biscuits, 2 sets of thermal clothing, gone. Even the steel beams I'd prepared to reinforce the windows had vanished. All that was left was a note on the floor. Liming's messy handwriting. "Bro, I'm using this stuff to save Chenwan's family. Once I'm the savior, I'll pay you back double. You'll be grateful in riding my coattails." I crumpled the note, my knuckles turning white. He'd stolen my last survival supplies. After our parents died, I dropped out at 15 to work, so he could go to school. I gave him way more money than his classmates ever got. When he didn't get into college, I brought him to the city without a second thought. He lived in my apartment, doing nothing all day. But him? He only had eyes for Chenwan, who'd done nothing for him. And for her, he'd throw me under the bus over and over. Love-struck idiot, totally hopeless. I remembered from my past life. There was this guy in the underground garage, an outdoor enthusiast who'd stocked up before the apocalypse. After he died, his stuff just sat there in the back of the garage. No one ever found it. Just as I was figuring out how to get to the garage, I heard noise from the hallway. "Xiaoming, can you warm up our place too? My grandson's freezing." "Sure thing, Auntie Zhang." "But this system takes a lot out of me each time. You gotta trade something for it." "We gotta trade?" "Just like I thought." Chenwan's family had already turned Liming into a money-making tool. Over the next few days, these trades became routine in the hallway. Under the cover of night, I grabbed my backpack and headed for the garage to find those hidden supplies. "Where are you going this late?" One of the guards glared at me, his tone harsh. "Miss Chen said it's too dangerous out there. No one's allowed to leave. I'm just looking for food. We're almost out." "Out of food?" the guard sneered, pointing toward Chenwan's place. "Go ask your brother. He's the savior now. Get him to trade you some heat and food. He's living large. He wouldn't forget his own brother, right?" Their words stung like needles. Liming was my brother, but he was helping outsiders, block me from surviving. I gripped the fruit knife in my pocket. Forcing my way through wasn't an option. I had to retreat for now. I lay in bed, eyes closed, mentally running through the route to the garage over and over. Outside, Liming was trading heat for supplies again. He was hunched over, looking like a man in his 60s. But Chenwan just stood there, not helping at all, just counting the supplies with a satisfied smile. Perfect match, those two. While everyone was focused on the trades, I grabbed my backpack and slipped into the fire escape. Freezing wind blasted through the cracks, making me shiver. I quickly activated the temperature control system, letting the warmth wrap around me as I made my way down. The garage door was slightly open, pitch black inside. I turned on my flashlight. The beam swept across, piles of junk and thick snow. There, an abandoned storage room. The outdoor enthusiast's stash was in there. A rusty lock hung on the door. Looked like no one had touched it in ages. I spent half an hour picking the lock, pushed the door open and shined my light inside. The room was packed with supplies. Shelves against the wall, neatly stacked with compressed biscuits, canned food, chocolate, and several boxes of bottled water. Thick down jackets and sleeping bags piled nearby. In the corner, too, brand new solar generators, still in their packaging. With all this, I could survive this frozen apocalypse easy. I started stuffing supplies into my backpack, taking as much as I could. Just as my bag was almost full, I heard footsteps and voices coming from the garage entrance. Mom, how much longer can Liming hold out? He's getting more useless by the day. The heat range is shrinking, and we're getting less stuff from trades. We'll squeeze him dry while we can. When he's completely useless, we'll just toss him out. You always think ahead, Mom. Hey, you think Lin Chung actually found supplies? The other day he wanted to go out. Maybe he knew about stuff down here. No way. How's he gonna get past the guards at the door? The footsteps got closer. My heart jumped into my throat. I quickly shut off the flashlight and hid behind the shelves. Mom, look here. The lock's been picked. My heart was pounding. I gripped the fruit knife in my pocket. Someone really got in here? Quick, check if anything's missing. They started rummaging through the storage room. My heart was in my throat, terrified they'd find me. Just then, Chen Wan's phone rang. It was Liming. Hello? Xiaoming, what's wrong? Wanner, I feel awful. I don't think I can hold on much longer. Can you come back and check on me? Yeah, we're coming right now. Just hang in there. What a jinx. Always failing at the worst time. They cursed as they left the storage room and headed toward the garage exit. I waited till their footsteps faded, then collapsed on the floor, relieved. I didn't dare take more. I quickly shoved the last few packs of biscuits and cans into my bag, threw it on my back, and ran toward the fire escape. I quietly pushed the door open. The hallway was empty. Liming's coughing echoed from across the hall. Sounded pretty rough. I set down my backpack and looked at the supplies inside. I felt so relieved. I moved everything to my bedroom, keeping it in the temperature control zone. Then I pulled out the solar generator and started assembling it. Once I finished, I set the solar panels outside the window. Before long, the battery started charging. With power, food, warm gear, and the temperature control system, I had nothing to fear from this frozen apocalypse. The bedroom was nice and warm. I just opened a can of meat when a WeChat message popped up from Liming. Bro, I know I messed up. I was blinded by Chen Wan. She was just using me. She never really cared. I found a stash of supplies in the garage. Can you come help me? Let's get out of here together. Message after message. He even attached a blurry photo.